Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the tactics talk and the way World of Tanks should be played. Sans Arty, negative Arty, no Arty, bingo Arty, zero Arty, nil Arty. Alright? You get what I'm saying. Zed Arty, nothing, nada, zilch, zero, not even thought about, not even in the game, not here. No Arty, nada, nothing. Alright, Type 63. Don't shoot me, Squall. Take that. And shot. No. Type 63. So this is now entering into the rotation for the Hunter Battle Challenge. I played it a bit when it first came out. Haven't touched it for a while. Let's see if we can hit him here. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Good gun depression. Has the magic water-cooled gun because that makes things more accurate. I don't know. Sure. Why not? No Arty. We're on El Haluf. We're spawned into the northeast. I'm going to take advantage of the no Arty thing, fellas. We're going to take this good turret. We're going to schwang around here. Going to take a peeky poof, see if I can get a shot. No, let's not give them a pixel. I'm going to get lit, but I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because there's no Arty. This place is a death trap if you're Arty. Go here, you get Arty. Period, dot, end of story. You're going to be Arty. That's why everyone's hugging over here. Everyone's like hugging the side, like getting up nice to the rock. My favorite rock, don't let the Arty get me. Well, I don't have to worry about that. I can actually do a little bit of maneuver and hold down and pick some shots and time shots and stuff just like that. I don't know how that went in. I think I missed the space armor is what happened there. Shooting heat into spaced armor is not a great idea, but if you miss the space armor, not through any skill of your own, but just because it happened, then that's very good. And we're just going to have fun, guys. We're just going to have fun. We're going to have fun. It was fun because I won, right? It was fun because I won. I will fully admit that. So I have complained about this peeky poke hold down thing. Do I want every game to be like this? No. Am I super enjoying this, not having to deal with artillery? 285. Did I say super enjoying this? That's what I meant, super enjoying. Come on now. What's going on? 285, that's a terrible low roll. I am enjoying it. I am enjoying not getting stunned, not getting shot by Arty, not getting shot by Arty, and I can kind of work my own game here. I'm watching the team. I've got the Lurva, I've got the defender up here. He knows there's no Arty. That's another spot you die if there's Arty in the game. Terrible place to go. Lurva's got this guy pinned, and we've got the Prototypo. So we've actually maneuvered into a pretty good situation. If you look at the crossfires, we have a better situation. You have a conceiver over here, so he can kind of keep this dude busy. Me back here, hold down. I can cover all this. The defender watching the 252U, looking for an opportunity and threatening their flank here. The prototype, if they get too aggressive after the low, he can get in there. Prototypo. And the Lurva, who might be getting sneaky shots there. So the problem with us is we're not as condensed as they are. We're kind of all over the place. So as each one of those angles loses hit points or starts to die or can't push, etc., it gets a little more dangerous for us. That's that little weird raise thing that happens when the cooling happens. It's really annoying. It's not as bad as it was to begin with. I'm trying to get into the side of his turret. The cheeks are not that strong on this tank, on the 26 TP. Just missed that one. Shooting a bunch of heat, but who cares? Alright, here comes this guy. Let's get hold down. He actually hit me on that one shot, so that was a bit of a bummer. I don't really suspect that's going to happen a whole lot. He could get lucky, but I would like to minimize showing my whole hole. There we go. He missed. Nice high roll this time. 364. I'll take that. And we're just playing the peekaboom thing here. Bit rushed. He's doing a pretty good job. He's not really showing me the lower plate. He's trying to get those shots on the Lurva. How are we doing? Let's assess. I'm kind of watching all the hit points as we go. The ISM has still got his hit points. The conceiver is taking hits. I would hate for him to die. That's going to cause us issues. The low is fine. And the Prototypo 6 left. I don't know if maybe he got a little aggressive up there and lost some hit points. So we've lost one of our, I guess, layers of defense, you might call it, right there. And I'm kind of loving these guys getting aggressive and coming around the corner here. They're going to get a little bit tired of the defender. The Type 57 has turned, and they're going to start feeling like they sort of have a bit of an advantage. And I think the defender senses it because he backs up just a bit, which is good. Notice I don't want to commit too far forward here and try to take on the T-26, because if I go too far forward, I might entice the 252 and IS to come around and get a shot, or maybe even the Type 57. So you gotta love this type of game where you can really assess where the other tanks are, what their hit points are, what their current situation is vis-a-vis reloads and all that stuff. So we're going to hang out here for a minute. Everyone's sort of, all right, who's going to do what? The defender makes a bit of a move. And I'm just watching. Nobody's pushing, so I don't want to push out and let them have shots. All right, this guy might make a move. He takes a hit onto the defender. The other guy gets aggressive. And now I'm thinking, all right, Lurva, you going to do something? All right, that's a bummer. We bounced. It's all right, though. We'll keep shooting. Keep working on it. Conceiver died. Not good. Not good. That's what I was talking about. We just lost that angle. So now the guys that are around this corner are more free to come around and start taking on the defender. That actually may work in my favor a little bit if they get aggressive and allow me to get shots on them. 252's even maybe thinking about it now. Here he comes. There you go, 350. Kind of lucky, to be quite honest. Now the IS-3 is thinking about it. They know I fired, so good on them. They're kind of watching my situation. We missed that. Goes right in the ground. Both of us basically, I think, shot in the ground. IS-3's making a move. This thing reloads pretty well. That guy makes a kind of mistake. And now he's shooting HE, so I know he's frustrated. Took a whole 16 off me. I'm like, I'll trade 16. Don't ask me, I don't know, but it went in. We'll take it. That's where I aimed. Oh, come on, baby, get it. No. Alright, so now the enemy team is sort of making a crossfire situation. Now, if the Skoda goes over there, then he can start taking on the ISM, and that's going to sort of pin down the ISM and keep the ISM from supporting us. If he beats the ISM, now he can show up here and be an issue for me, or he can go back to this corner over here and mess around with the defender. So we'll watch what he does. Right now he's not a factor. Looks like maybe he wants to play over here, so he's not really interested in taking on the ISM. Looks like he's coming to the defender. Defender seems to have seen him because he moves back. Now I've got to kind of watch for this. There's that cheek I was looking for earlier. I got to watch for this Skoda. I don't want him to show up and get free shots on me. This dude makes a move and it's just a bad idea. Put a hit on him. Very nice. So now there's two there, although this one now has a lot less hit points. I'm wondering where the Skoda went, to be honest. Because he hasn't made an appearance. There he is. Alright, so now those two are taking on the ISM. So I'm hoping the ISM can hold them. They're actually sort of out of the fight right now. The ISM was of limited use, to be honest, where he was. He was useful as presence. He wasn't super useful as doing damage. Now here comes an AMX. I'm feeling like he might be helpful. We're just going to come at him this way, guys. That worked out. I'll take it. There's the Skoda. Let's help the defender. Nice. We're just going to go at this guy and we'll see if we can get a piece of him. There we go. Down he goes. Oh, no, those are good kills. We took out a number of tanks. The IS-3 died. Looks like to the Su-130. I didn't even notice that. Nice. All right, so we got some help pushing up. The AMX and the Su-130. Did not notice that in the actual game, so that was very useful. We take down the Skoda there, and now these guys are in big trouble, right? We got 3,400 damage. There we go. Little side turret action. We'll back out. Yep, he hits me. That's fine. Nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna go after this guy. I take some hasty shots here, unfortunately. I kind of went into the top. Was hoping to get into that lower plate. He's taking more hits. There we go. Finish him off, 101. And it's all over but the Shelton. 57 gets a nice shot on the back of that guy. A little bit worried about their campers. I don't want to walk into the TDs. Probably should have gone to HE to take that guy on. Would have been much nicer. Defender goes in. Boom, we took a hit on him. And we're in good shape. Trying to back up and the Prototypo is hitting me. Not liking what's going on at the cap, so we're going to go back and just make sure. There were probably more hit points for me to be had if I'd have pushed into their cap, but I just didn't want to see the G-SOR and somehow the ELC, maybe even the Panzer 58. But pretty quickly I can see the Progettos pushed down, and no problem. They're not pushing up that hill. So we can bail out from going back to the cap. We can cut across here and see if we can get some shots. Here we go, a little extra damage for me. Zoom in, be patient, and boom, another 324. That works. Down he goes, and it's all over but the shouting. We're at 4,570. I don't think I get any more damage, to be honest. They all die before we get there, I believe. Guy moving around the top. Mutts. I sat here too long. I should have just kept going. I might have actually got some more hit points if I had just pressed W. I was hoping he would make an unwise push. But they're losing all their hit points now. They actually do a decent job killing a few of us off here. Ah, there we go. Looked like pretty much everything I was shooting was hitting on this game, right? They always hit me, Guido says. Well, sometimes you're that guy. Sometimes you're always hitting them. 4,636 damage, 185, 4 kills ends up being, I think it's an ace tanker, maybe? Maybe? No, class 1. No, it is an ace tanker. So first ace tanker in this, 14, 15, 20 battles, something like that. It's going to go into the rotation. I quite like this. It's a pretty good tank. The old Type 53, the premium version of the Japanese water cooling, kind of more standard cyclical heavy tank in the game. Good gun depression, pretty good turret, nice accuracy. A little bit annoying with the jerkiness of the water cooling thing or whatever's going on with that. But not a huge big deal. There you go. That's all I've got for today. You guys have a great one. See ya.